Jõhvi. Jõhvi, the city in the northeast of Estonia, the capital of the county Ida-Virumaa. From 1938 to 1940 had the status of the city in the Republic of Estonia, then from 1940 to 1991 as a part of the Estonian SR. During the period from 1941 to 1944 Jõhvi was in occupation by the German troops. Now is the Voloston district center of the Republic of Estonia. The name was interpreted differently. In the people there was opinion that it comes from the word Jõhvikas. In Estonian, cranberry. However, it does not have linguistic confirmation. In the 1930th years, the local historian H. Kerber has suggested to connect it with the word Jõhvi. In transfer, river water. Because of the spring which was in the city core, which has given the name to one of inflows of Pukea. The Finnish linguist 50. Kettinen has decided to take as basis the word Jõhvi. In transfer, horsehair. That is today the most recognized version. It is also possible that the origin of the name Jõhvi is connected with the word Jõvis. Horsehair worm. For the first time, the question of the coat of arms and flag of the city has been lifted on December 2, 1938 at meeting of city meeting. Then the projects developed by the Union of the Cities of Estonia have been approved. What has not happened because of accession of Estonia to the Soviet Union of approval of flag and the coat of arms by the President of the Republic of Estonia. After the collapse of the USSR and formation of Estonia, Jõhvi has received the status of the city and own coat of arms and flag, which have been approved on July 20, 1992 by the government of the Republic and are official symbols of the city to present. The coat of arms has the Shatu-Brasny form and is separated into two parts. The lower part has green basis in which, looking from right to left, the gold head of deer with the red language acting from mouth is represented. The upper part of the coat of arms is provided by red background with the image of 3 silver fir trees. The flag of the city represents rectangular panel with width relation to length 1, 2, the white-green color consisting of 5 strips. At the edges and to the center of flag, white strips 1/7 width wide, and between them, green strips 2/7 strip wide. History. The first mentioning of the settlement is noted in 1241 in the Danish land book as Jõhvi. After Jew. It is said that the village consists of 20 dried. Pla, the conditional measure of the earth, which was unit of land taxation, and belongs to the Danish king. At the end of the 16th century of Jõhvi passes under control of Sweden, and later under the Nystatsky peace treaty becomes part of the Russian Empire till 1918. In Russia, the settlement officially was called Jõhvi, entered the Vesembergsky county of the Est-Liansky province and carried the status of the town. In 1869, during construction of the Baltic Railroad, which extended from the Baltic port through Revel, Vesemberg and Narva to the station of Tosno, the railway station Jõhvi was built. Afterwards, from 1870 to 1876, Jõhvi becomes the large transit point. Due to the lack of the railroad to Derp till 1876, all loads from St. Petersburg to Derp went to Carthage.
In 1885, Alexander III appoints the Estliansky governor of the Prince Sergei Vladimirovich Tchaikovsky, under the leadership of whom he Yõhvi becomes the Russian official center in Alutaguz.
The governor's wife, Elizabeth Petrievna. 1844-1939. Fan Sports and Orthodox Society, the Pukhtitsky Monastery where has died and has been buried, and Church of the Epiphany. After the February Revolution, of the power of the town have achieved administrative self-determination and separation from the Volist.
Then administrative borders were defined, and Yõhvi has received the status of the posted with the population of people. During World War I, after fights on approaches to Yõhvi and Sampa with the Red Guards who have arrived here from Petrograd, the German troops have borrowed on March 1, 1918 to Yõhvi and have held on here till November 29.
During this period, according to the order of the German authorities, all houses have been numbered, construction of sidewalks and planting of trees has begun. From December 8, 1918 to January 16, 1919 in the posted in power there was Estliansky Labor Commune, and in 1919 it has received the official name Jõhvi. In 1920 it was supposed to make Jõhvi the center of the newly created Alutaguz County, but the county has not been created, and Jõhvi remained the posted. In 1923 Average has been constructed. In 1929 elementary school, the miners' school has opened. The construction of the railway station with access roads, the handling platform and commodity barn was completed. In 1926 Jõhvi has been electrified, and the status of the city has been received on May 1, 1938. On population census 25 people lived in it at this time. On June 17, 1940 in the city the Soviet power has been established, and on August 13, 1941 the city has been occupied by the German troops.
In August 1944, at retreat of the German troops, the city has been almost completely destroyed.
From 350 houses there were only 100. After World War II in 1948 near the city the mine which has worked till 1973 has been built. Due to the intensive development of combustible slates during the post-war period the city has begun to grow quickly. The population began to increase generally at the expense of migrants who have been engaged in extraction of slate and its processing in Jõhvi and the neighboring city of Kohtla-Järve.
The main construction jobs during the post-war period were performed by the German prisoners of war.
1944-1950. Who have built houses down the street of Rekver. Till 1949, in the present region of Aitkum of the city of Kohtla-Järve, there lived the hero of the Soviet Union Smirnov Boris Alexandrovich, who served in the Ministry of Internal Affairs of the Estonian Siiski. In 1950 Jõhvi became the center of the Jõhvi district and remained it till 1962. During the fire of 1953 has burned out almost all quarter around present Jõhvi library. Raku movie theater earlier. In 1960 construction of the Jõhvi residential district.
Architects 1.
Yargus and P. Armen has begun, and in the 1970th years 5-floor buildings on June 21st Street have been built. The present name Narvskoye Highway. In 1978 the October Palace of Culture, on the project of the architect R. Haddock is constructed. In 2005 the Jõhvi Cultural Center. Constructed on site the former Palace of Culture, October, has been open. More than 120 million Estonian kroner have been spent for reconstruction and building. In 2008 the Viraski prison has been constructed. The territory of the building and the adjacent earth occupies 16 hectares. In November 2012 construction of the first part of the new viaduct has been finished. The full construction has been completed in 2013. Same year the promenade which has connected the remote parts of the city has been open. The pedestrian zone passes through all city, begins near Monument of Deer, then passes through the central square and comes to an end at the concert house. The cost of construction jobs was €2.5 million. On September 1, 2015 opening of the Jõhvi State Gymnasium in which training goes on Estonian and Russian has taken place. Construction cost €6 million.
On November 25 the same year on the 164th kilometer of the highway Tallinn-Narva near the village of Katinukadat near Jõhvi, the Jõhvi Park of Business and Logistics has been opened.
The area of the park is 45 hectares of the earth on which there are all communications, water, gas, electricity, roads. Investments into the project have made about €1 million. In 2016 was going to finish construction of shopping center where floor spaces, the water center, the pool, the ice hall and hostel on 200 places will be located. Jõhvi Paji Arendus LP will be engaged in construction, and cost according to preliminary estimates will be €36 million, but construction has begun only in May 2018. Opening of shopping center has taken place on November 29, 2019.
By summer of 2017 in the city have begun to do new Pure Road T which has connected the city to Utmäski part of the city of Kohtla-Järve. Official opening has taken place on December 27 the same year.
The base bid has cost €2.5 million. Length of the street was 900 meters, only the underground crosswalk and the elevated bridge are built.
In the fall of 2018 the question of returning Jõhvi the status of the city which he has lost as a result of reform in 2006 and has received the status of the volist has been brought up, having connected to rural settlements.
This initiative was supported on December 11 the same year by the Minister of Public Administration of Estonia Janek Mägi.
From January 6 to January 26, 2019 the status of the city has begun to return poll of opinion of inhabitants to Jõhvi or to leave the volist.
Despite small number of the inhabitants who have participated in poll, about 16%. Results of poll. 69.8% have voted for the status of the city. Have been taken by volist meeting into consideration. On June 18, 2020 Musikalnaya Square in front of the Jõhvi Concert House which has cost €1 million has been open. On April 7, 2022 in the city drive-through KFC restaurant has appeared. After the collapse of the USSR and formation of the Republic Estonia by the city began to manage the elder and local government. The elder of the city gets out by vote of local government. As of June 2020 the mayor is Max Kor who has been chosen on April 11, 2019 and has replaced at this position of Martin Rapinski. On June 26, 2018, on April 4, 2019. To Rapinski Alexei Nomkin. November 2017, on June 14, 2018. Was elder. Till summer of 2016 Tono Vikmar was elder, and Velo Yutkov fulfilled duties in the summer. From October 1, 2016 to November 2017 Edward East directed the city.
The fullest meeting of Jõhvi consists of 21 deputies. The chairman of the meeting for December 2021 is Valo of Rema.
Jõhvi is located in northeast part of Atmaskaya. Jõhvi. Of the height. Geographical coordinates of the city: 59 northern latitude and 27 east longitude. The city is approximately in 160 km to the east from Tallinn and 50 km to the west from Narva, with which it is connected automobile and by rail. From the south the city borders on the Akmeski part of the city of Kotlajärv. According to the register of the population as of January 1, 2021, 10130 people lived in the city.
As of January 1, 2021, the share of the population is more senior than 65 years in structure of the population of the city made 25.9% of the population.
2624 people. And the share of the population is younger than 14 years made 13.1%. 1328 people.
On statistical data of Estonia, the population of the city in 2014 has made 12355 people, from whom the majority
53%. Russians. Estonians make 33% of the population. The main languages of communication in the city: Estonian and Russian. Only 10775 Russian 600355.71. Estonians 3717 34.5. Other 1035. In the city several branches of commercial banks of Estonia are located. Swedbank, SEB, Nordea. Luminor since 2017. Danske Bank, Coop Bank. Industry. Primary branch of the industry in Jõhvi is the Slantsõdabika. The Eesti Energia Kendandustes company entering into Eesti Energia concern is engaged in this industry. The enterprise has 2 underground mines and 2 pits, and also division of rail transportation. Waste of enrichment is applied in production of building materials, and in the form of crushed stone to road construction of the Idavara-Musti county. Till August 15, 2015 is going to finish construction of the Jõhvi Industrial Park for the sum more than €1 million. An industrial park, roads and technical routes, water supply system, the gas pipeline, communication lines will be constructed. In September 2014 investors for construction of warehouse have been already found. Also in the city the food industry, which is provided by the Modlexu and Magpie as enterprises, is developed. Since 1996 the Modlexu company is engaged in production of sauces, and Magpie as dairy products. In day processes up to 280 tons of raw milk. Firm Odza Nelsovu, which exports the most part of the products to the USA and the countries of the European Union, is engaged in release of speaker systems. The building sector is provided by the plant on concrete making of bitumister. Jõhvi is poorly developed as the tourist city. The greatest interest to city visitors is of St. Michael's Church, in which there is museum, and the Temple of Lord's Epiphany. Sports tourism is stimulated with modern sports complex and city stadium, and historical, the museums. Among other sites of the city there are City Town Hall, Windmill, the Concert Hall and number of monuments. Intracity transportations in Jõhvi are made by buses, route and passenger taxi. Routes are created so that connect the city to other districts of Kotlajärv, in particular Ekmeski and Jõhvi parts. Also Jõhvi is connected with other settlements bus and railway communication. In the city core there is bus station which is located under the same roof with shopping center Jõhvi. Through the railway station of Jõhvi there pass lines of the trains Tallinn, Narva, Tallinn Street, Petersburg, Moscow. It is going to recover in the future city airfield, Jõhvi Lenu Valley, which will be used for small aircraft, amateur pilots, businessmen, parachutists and also firms on complete set and service of the winged equipment. At the initial stage there will be Earth 1,200 meter runway. Sport. The city stadium is the home arena of football club, Phoenix, which in 2014 acted in the Premium 2 League of Estonia under the name of Lokomotiv.
In 2015 in the city there was the Jõhvi Football School, and in 2017 one more children's football club Nuva
has been formed. In 2009 the sport hall in which there are 2 basketball and 1 volleyball platforms, the pool, the hall for aerobics, the gym, the small hall, cafe and rooms for coaches of the Jõhvi Sports School has been open. Cultural life of the city is provided by a number of municipal authorities, the Jõhvi Concert House in which building are also located Amadeus Movie Theatre, the Jõhvi City Gallery and the Jõhvi Center of Culture and Interests. Also in the city the Central City Library works.
Since 2006 in the Jõhvi Concert Halls the International Ballet Festival where eminent and famous actors of the countries of the FSU and beyond and also young dancers act is annually held.
Anastasia Volotkova and soloists of Hermitage Theatre from Street, Petersburg spoke at opening of the first festival. In the next years such collectives as the National Opera of Ukraine, the Moscow State Academic Theatre of the Classical Ballet under the leadership of Natalia Kosatkina and Vladimir Vasilev, the Czech National Ballet, Mikhailovsky Theatre appeared on stage. Since 2007 in the Concert House there takes place the annual International Festival of Amateur Film, Laterna Magica. In 8 years of existence of festival contestants from Estonia, Russia, Ukraine, Germany, Finland, the USA, Portugal, Spain and Greece have taken part in it. Annually in the city in July the International Slavic Festival, Slavic Light, to which there come actors from Russia, Belarus, Ukraine and other countries is held. For the first time the festival was held in 2009, and as the author of Action the director of Infering Publishing House, Dmitry Smirnov has acted. In 2020 the football club, Phoenix, has opened the Museum of History of Soccer of the city of Jõhvi. In July 10 the Apollo Movie Theatre at which 2 halls on 178 places among which and absolute favorites of clients of Apollo Kino there are star chairs and sofas for 2 has opened. Religion. The most part of the population professes Orthodoxy and Lutheranism. In the city there is Lutheran Church of St. Michael which is only in the Baltics where 2 full-size bodies are used. The church has been founded in the middle of the 13th century, has been several times destroyed and recovered during large wars of the 14th, 17th centuries. In the Middle Ages the building it was used in as defensive works, church fortress.
In Jõhvi there is Orthodox Church, the Temple of the Lord's Epiphany, which has been constructed in 1895 by 1950-1958. The prior of the temple was future Patriarch of Moscow and all Russia Alexei II.
Here the history is taken by the Puktitsky Monastery. Originally in the city, the female monastic community, which in 1891 was transferred to Kuremia, has been formed. In 2019, construction of Sunday school near church has begun. The cost of works will manage about €400,000, and the Kotlyarvesti architect Alexander Mitin became the author of the project. Also in the capital of the county, Seventh-day Adventist Church is provided. New Generation Church. Baptism, Nadafta Church. In Jõhvi, the Lights TV channel, which the broadcasting covered audience of the northeast region of Estonia was based and worked.
Kotlajarv, Jõhvi, Kivioli and Sillamäe.
Generally the channel covered events of local scale, cultural, intellectual, social, sports, political and financial and economic life of the county. In September 2018 the channel has been officially closed. In the city there is the main office of the Baltic Publishing House in Fering, which publishes over 10 periodic newspapers and magazines. Weeklies Infopress, TV Week, TV Sotakova, the Bulletin Board, the Digest, collections of crossword puzzles, the Sofa, the Intersection, Megacross, Tu Sudek, the magazine Tom Sadogarat. In Jõhvi, the newspaper of the northeast of Estonia, the Northern Coast, is issued bilingual in the Estonian and Russian languages. There are 5 weekly Tuesday through Saturday and covers the most important events in life of Estonia. Also in the city there is newspaper of the Jõhvi Volast, Jõhvi Bulletin, which extends on free basis. In the City Weekly there is Panorama Weekly and is distributed for free, in which, except articles about life and events in the city, announcements and TV program are also published. Since November 2020 the edition began to appear in the Russian and Estonian languages. In 2010 at entry into the city the bronze sculpture of symbol of the city and Volast, deer has been established, and on December 5, 2013 opposite to the concert house the bronze monument to the Estonian film director, Tuukali Kiisku, has been opened. On the central square of Jõhvi, in 2005, the monument to the hero of liberating war Major General Alexander Tinnisson has been established. Also in the city 2 peculiar monuments, Prickly Hedgehog and the Fifth Point, are established.
In the square, which is located near the central street, there is monument to the dead in liberating war. On June 13, 2015 the monument to liquidators of Chernobyl accident to the address Kladbyshskaya Street, 4 has been opened.
On September 14, 2018 in the city there was kinetic sculpture, Cornflower, devoted to century of Estonia.
The teacher of the Center of Professional Education Ida Virma Andriy Matvinko became the author of the idea.
On November 11 the same year, in Day of the Father, near the concert house the Hedgehog Sun sculpture from metal, which authors were Kalev Pritz and Martin Rapinski, has been established.
In 2020 near Promenade near Stadium the football club, Phoenix, has established the memorable sign with text, 100 years to soccer in Jõhvi.
On September 14, 2020 in the territory of the Jõhvi Orthodox Church the bust has been opened for the Patriarch of Moscow and all Russia Alexei II, Work was performed by the sculptor Aldenis Gerbanov. On December 16, 2021, in the military camp of Jõhvi have opened monument, Balance, Jaska Zelen and Artholmi became authors of sculpture, and the cost of works has cost €60,000. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.